Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be discussing the official Android Marshmallow update released for the OnePlus 2. Now I'm sure you must have seen plenty of videos on the YouTube already, and they are basically based on the beta version which was released for OnePlus 2 a couple of months ago by OnePlus. However, like I said, this is the official public version 6.0.1 which was released for OnePlus 2 just a few days ago. Here in the UK we got it about 5 days ago, and they did promise that within 48 hours everybody will get it. I'm sure by now plenty of you, in fact all of you, should have got your update by now. Okay, so before we start guys, I'm gonna just check out, see in which version am I running at the moment. Obviously that's important before we start discussing anything else. So if you go on settings and about, you can see we are running here the 4GB RAM version of OnePlus 2, and it is obviously Snapdragon 810, and this is the 64GB variant guys, and you can see the Android Marshmallow 6.0.1 along with the latest June security patch update which came along with the package. So all looks okay so far. And also we are running OxygenOS. If you go further down, you'll see guys, so OxygenOS version 3.0.2, which is the latest available from OnePlus so far. So I'll be discussing everything guys. Let's have a look at first of all the update which I received. So let's get into gallery, and I think I was on it already. So let's start it from the very first beginning. There we go guys. So this was the update when I got to my phone at 3.0.2. It was an upgrade from Lollipop to Marshmallow, and there we go. As you can see, 6.0.1 enhanced doors mode and system-wide performance optimizations, which I will discuss in just a moment, and the improvement to fingerprint sensor, which I know a lot of people have been asking me this question, so I will definitely be discussing this as well. And then at the end you can see also camera UI, camera speed has been enhanced as well. I did shoot a quick clip on my social media guys. It was on my Instagram, Facebook and Google Plus. It was everywhere, so I'm sure you guys must have seen it. If you haven't, please join me on social media and you'll see that as well. Okay, so max audio presets and tuner have now been removed, and the sound is more refined and uniform all across, which I will also be discussing, and I will probably show you the sound on the phone as well. So the update is quite big guys. You can see 1.1 gig, so it's a massive update. Obviously includes, like I said, the latest OxygenOS, Marshmallow and so many other changes as well. Direct HD sound integrated for the speaker guys. So I'll be putting this on live on camera. I will put the speaker on full volume and we'll see if the volume has increased from before. Okay, clear process feature added in recent SwiftKey version, updated as well, and June security patches. So clear process feature added in recent, which I will also show you in a moment. A SwiftKey version update to 6.3.3, which is also very good. We all know, most of us who use a SwiftKey, it's a very good keyboard. In fact, it's one of my favorite keyboards ever. So I do not use any other keyboard on any of my devices. All devices that I get, the very first thing I do is I always install a SwiftKey because it's very efficient and an extremely good keyboard. Also, like I said, June security patches have been included in the update already. So guys, this is all of it. So we'll discuss this one at a time. And also, just to inform you guys, there'll be two parts to this video. In the first part, I'll be discussing every single change that I've shown you here on the update, and the second part I will be answering your questions that lots of people have been asking me questions over the past few days, and I will be specifically talking about those questions, and I will try my best to see if I can give you an answer in part 2. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the display settings. Something very interesting I saw the other day and I was really happy. So let's get into settings and let's get into now display. And display, you can see guys here all these options with color balance and brightness level and everything else. There was one thing in particular I was very happy with, and that was the ambient display. Now wake screen when you receive notifications, and also with the help of your proximity sensor you can actually wake the device up when waving your hand over display, more or less like we had in the Moto X, if you remember, from the last couple of years ago. So I've got these options both open up guys, and I will show you in a moment how it works. So let's take the screen off, and if I was to move my hand across just like that, you'll see the display will come up and it will give you all your missed notifications, your missed calls, messages, whatever that is. So you don't have to even double tap the screen to wake it up. All you can do is wave your hand across just like that. The proximity sensor will pick you up and you should be able to see any missed calls and notifications without even getting to the phone. So this was very nice, and well done OnePlus for this, because there's something which can be useful for so many people. Very handy feature, and it works every time you do it, which is lovely. So the proximity sensor is very accurate and now it's been enhanced and improved, and it reads your hand for the first time straight away without any issues. So well done for that OnePlus once again. Okay, next up is battery life, guys. As you know, the phone is now running 6.0.1 along with those working at the back end. Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to spend with the phone, but I did take a few stats of the little that I used. So let's go into screenshots here. Okay, from here I took a few screenshots of standby mode. Here you go. So this was the very first one on the 8th of June. I charged the phone fully up to 100%, and when I checked it around 5:30 in the morning, as you can see, the phone had lost about 3%. So it lost about, I would say, in 6 hours time, around 3%, which is not too bad. It's okay, certainly not the best. I've seen better, but still not too bad. Then again, I left the phone at around 87% after a few days, and then wanted to see how would the standby drain in the middle, not at 100%. So at around 87%, I left the phone, and then when I checked the phone the very next day around 1 o'clock, and I would say around about 12 and a half to 13 hours, the phone had went down to 78% from 87%, so about 9% loss. Again, not too bad. At least it's a lot better than what we had before. Quite a few people actually complained. I personally never had no issues even with the older versions, but a lot of people who follow me for the OnePlus 2 videos, they were complaining that they had severe battery drain on the older versions. In fact, people are now complaining their battery drains on the newer version as well. From what I can see, guys, here so far, it doesn't look too bad. It's alright. It's not the best certainly, but it's definitely a lot respectable than what it was before. Okay, I also took a few screenshots of the battery timings in terms of screen on time, guys. I was using the phone primarily on Wi-Fi, and around 30% after using it fairly heavily, and I did leave the phone for standby, and this was the time when I actually had my stats, which I just shown you. But like I said, guys, I haven't had much time to spend with the phone. From what I can see so far, we are getting decent amount of screen on times, and it's pretty much the same what I had before in the past. So as you can see, the battery was down to 30%. I got 3 hours and 35 minutes of screen on time, and if I would have gone any further, I would have easily gone past the 5 hours mark. But keeping in mind that this screenshot was taken with 2 long standby intervals. In one of the standby intervals, I lost nearly 10%, and in the other interval, I lost around 7 to 8%. So if I wasn't losing that standby time, I guess I would have had slightly better screen on time than this, maybe up to 4 to 4.5 hours or something like that. But you can see from this stat specifically, and up to 30%, 3.5 hours, we are looking to definitely towards the north of 5 hours. So that means 5 to 5.5, maybe 6 hours of SOT is very much still possible on the OnePlus 2, and the battery life seems unaffected so far from what I can see. So as far as the battery life is concerned, guys, it's still a solid phone, can last you a full working day, and standby seems to be decent, if not the best. So overall, happy bunny so far. Okay, next up is the multitask button, guys, and if I tap on here, there's some things that I've noticed that have recently been added, which were also obviously mentioned on the update. You have now 2 clear buttons. This is for clear background processes. That means you can clear the RAM memory, and this is for clearing your apps from here on the multitask pane. So if you were to go and tap on this, it would say this will clear all background processes which may lead to unexpected results. Some apps may stop working and will need to be restarted. That means you're basically clearing the RAM memory and not the actual just the buffer memory. All these processes, if you were to clear this from here, that means you have removed it from the buffer memory. But when you actually tap it on this one, that means not only you're clearing the buffer memory, you're also clearing the RAM memory. So that means some apps that you have you cleared from the RAM will have to be restarted once again, and they will lose any data which you had on the app in before. So but the only con that I see here, guys, is that if you go all the way down like this, then obviously you lose the ability to clear the RAM. So you have to go all the way down and then clear the RAM, or clear all your apps from here. Ideally, I would have wanted OnePlus 2 to probably put it somewhere right there on top, in the top right corner, like you've seen many other phones. So that would be rather much easier. So you could actually clear the processes at any time, not just by going all the way down and then trying to clear them up. So it's a bit annoying though. Obviously you cannot get everything in life you wish for, but overall at least we have the option now. We can clear them all up. It wasn't there before, and this is all OxygenOS growing up. It's part of the OS maturing a bit more. As I've often discussed in my videos, that OxygenOS is still a newer OS, and it takes time to mature and develop, and this is exactly what OnePlus are doing. They're slowly and slowly integrating stuff, the basic stuff which were missing before in the past, and now they're trying to patch up and see if everything else works. Okay, also guys, I'm very impressed with the performance of the phone. Now this is one area which I'm sure most of you have been talking a lot about, and I've been getting lots of questions about this, and the performance, guys, from my experience so far seems very much improved. The phone is much more smoother, everything seems to be much more quicker, and which is very heartening to see. The dialer, everything else, go into the menu here, drop down menu, go into settings. Everything seems to be super smooth, and thanks to Android 6.0.1, sorry, Marshmallow, and obviously the latest iteration of the OxygenOS 3.0.2, so we have a much more super smooth phone. There are still a few delays here and there, very occasionally, guys, nothing too much, but I think still it can be further improved because we still have loads of power under the hood. We have a Snapdragon 810 along with 4 gigs of RAM, and I do expect things to go even better than before. But so far, from what I can see so far, guys, it seems very quick, very fast, very efficient, and seems to be doing pretty well, a lot better than when I was before. There was lots of lag before, and as my I spent more and more time with my phone, it was really lagging, and it came to a point where it started freezing as well. But I'm glad that we got this update, and I hope OnePlus can keep up with this and they keep the phone refreshed like this. We have more iterations of Marshmallow, and maybe at some point Android N as well when it gets officially released by Google. So performance wise, I'm very happy. I will say the performance improved nearly 3% from what it was before. Everything seems to be, like I said, responsive, and I'm very, very happy with it so far from what I've seen. Even the browser, everything you open up, opens up very, very quickly, and seems to be doing really well so far from what I can see. Chrome browser, apps, different app, multitasking, going into different pane stuff. It's really, really good, and it has seen significant improvement for what I can see so far. So well done for that once again OnePlus 2. So all of you, I'm sure, who have had this update for a while, in fact the beta version, you must have been enjoying the speed for a long time. But I can say yes, there's definitely improvement, and now this phone is a bargain. The prices have come down, and as I speak, I think OnePlus 3 is about to get released, or it must have released already. But anybody who cannot afford to buy the OnePlus 3, I would say OnePlus 2 is a very, very good bargain, and definitely is now worth considering, with a full HD 1080p screen, nice metal build frame, and also the back seems to be really good as well. It's a lot more grippy. I'm hearing that OnePlus 3 is all metal. I think that would be a slippery phone. From what I can see here, this phone probably be more grippy as compared to the OnePlus 3. Okay, so next up is, guys, the fingerprint sensor. Now this is something which we also been discussing. A lot of people have said to me that there has been significant improvement in the fingerprint sensor. Well, I can assure you guys, yes, there definitely is. So as you can see now, the phone is now on standby. So let's tap my thumb up here and see how it works. Boom, straight away. Previously in the past, guys, I had to at times slightly push the fingerprint sensor a bit harder, but this time around you just slightly put up on it and it opens the phone straight away. So it's a lot more sensitive, it's a lot more accurate, and it's a lot more responsive at the same time as well, which is very heartening to see. And I've configured, in fact, 3 of my fingers, my thumb, also my finger. This opens up as well, and also my left thumb as well. There you go, guys, you can see it opens up straight away. So far from what I can see, guys, no issues here whatsoever, and fingerprint seems to be working even a lot better than before, and a lot more responsive as well. But I think on the OnePlus 3, of the rumors that I've heard, I think it's going to be even faster. But like I said, anybody who cannot afford to buy OnePlus 3, OnePlus 2 fingerprint sensor is now up to power, and it's up to a point where you can proudly use your phone without being embarrassed in front of your friends and colleagues to say as if you have to really work hard to make your fingerprint sensor work. As you can see now, it works straight away without any issues whatsoever. By the way, I forgot to mention, guys, also once you update your phone to the latest Marshmallow, you will see that the fingerprint sensor will not work. So don't panic. Once you have your Marshmallow software fully installed, you have the latest iteration of Marshmallow, make sure you go into settings, and then from there you go to fingerprint sensor and security, which should be just there we go, and all you need to do is reconfigure your fingerprint sensor again, and it will start working straight away. Okay, now so let's talk about sound. Now they have taken the Sound Max integration out of OnePlus 2. As you know, when we used to press the volume rocker up or down, we used to get this option here with Sound Max. Now they've taken it off. For some people, it was beneficial, and for some it was not. For those of you out there who like to tweak with the sound and they have a custom sound profile, for them obviously it's quite frustrating. But for those who wanted simpler things, who wanted same kind of sound all across board, I think it's good news for them. And from my own experience so far, guys, I've seen that the sound on the OnePlus 2 seems to be more refined all the way across. I will actually play a sample here for you, In fact, I will play a quick tennis match and also an audio sample, and in my own experience I think the sound has greatly enhanced. It's more uniform, it's more accurate, and it's more same all across board, and you don't have to fiddle with sound profiles anymore. At times I used to fiddle with the setting and I wouldn't get the ideal sound. It would take me at least 10-15 minutes before I could get the ideal sound. But here, as you don't have to worry about that anymore, it's more, like I said, refined and more same all across board. So let's play this audio file and show you guys how the sound is like on the OnePlus 2. So that's the sound. I think it's decent enough. Let's play a quick match here, which I downloaded the other day. So guys, as you can see, the sound is pretty refined. It's like more uniform all across board, and from what I can see, the speaker on the OnePlus 2 is actually a lot stronger than it was before. Obviously the direct HD integrated to the speaker has also made a difference as well. So all in all, I would say in terms of sound, I'm not unhappy with the sound. The sound is very good, it's very uniformed, and if I was in a rush and if I was one of those people who don't want to fiddle with too much sound settings and want to just listen to good, refined, balanced sound, then I would say it's a good change. But for those audio files out there who wanted to tweak with their sound settings, have more bass or treble or whatever, obviously that's bad news for you. But in my experience, like I said, so far is decent. I'm happy with the speaker. The sound is clear. It's all more balanced. Even with my Bose Bluetooth headphones that I've been listening to a lot in the last few days, ever since the update hit, there was a bit of a hissing sound before in the older OxygenOS version 2.2.1, but ever since with the new version, I think that sound is now gone, and we have much more refined Bluetooth sound coming from here as well. So overall, there have been great enhancements in the sound department, and I think OnePlus 2 have done a decent enough job. Okay, so now let's talk about the camera. This is also one area which the OnePlus 2 has seen significant improvement. I will be doing a dedicated video, guys, on the camera, because it will take me a lot longer to explain every single thing in the camera. I'll probably do this once I finish with this video. So but for now, I'm here to show you how quick the speed of the camera is. There you go, guys. The shutter speed is really quick. It's improved a lot, and this wasn't the case before. Even opening the camera app is really quick as well. So if you press here, there you go, guys, within 1 second, and even for less than 1 second, the camera app opens up straight away. And focusing has been much improved as well, as you can see. There you go, guys. So let's have a look at the photo quality as well. Let's zoom in all the way and see. There we go. As you can see, the quality is pretty nice. It's not too bad. It's decent enough. Not too bad at all. So to me, this is much more acceptable, and at least when you're in a rush and you really quickly want to open the camera up, you can quickly open this up, and you can take a very quick photo as well. There you go, another photo here, guys, of my newly bought mic. This is from Blue Yeti. I'll be probably configuring this very soon as well. So as you can see, decent enough quality. And also, one thing I also wanted to show you guys, this was the camera app now can be opened up with the power button open, press twice. If you press twice the power button, 1 2, there you go, the camera app opens up straight away without even you entering into the phone. You can open this app up without doing anything at all. So if you're once again on standby, press the power button twice, there you go, and you get into the camera app straight away. There you go, guys, and boom, within seconds you are ready for taking a new photo, which is again very nice indeed. So a big huge improvement to the camera department. But like I said, I'll be discussing the camera in depth and detail, the UI and everything in a separate video, guys, otherwise this video will get too long. Okay, also now let's have a look at the RAM management. As you know, the phone has got 4 gigs of RAM, so I quickly wanted to show you guys this. In Marshmallow, as you know, we have a dedicated memory option here. There you go, guys. So out of the 4 gig, at the moment the OnePlus 2 is using a 3.6 gig, and we have a total of 1.3 gigs of RAM free, which is again very good. It's a lot better than the S7, of course, and also a bit better than the LG G5 and also the HTC 10. Of all those phones, this is the highest free RAM I have seen so far. But then again, the phone is obviously newly being blessed with Marshmallow. As time goes along and I spend more time with the phone and I use the phone a bit more aggressively, I would like to see how further down the free RAM will go. But from what I can see so far, guys, I've been using it for the past few days. 1.3 is very good, not too bad. We never had no issues with the RAM management in the past anyway, even though the performance was getting affected. But RAM management, as far as the free RAM is concerned, was there and it wasn't a problem, and I'm happy to see that we still have 1.3 gigs of RAM available. Okay, I also noticed one more thing, guys. I wanted to show you this per app notification light. So let's get into settings and let's get into customizations, I think. Yeah, and then we go to LED in notification. As you know, in there you can turn off the dark mode as well, guys. I'm sure you know about this already. Let's turn it back on. I like the dark mode to keep my eyes saved, and you can also obviously pick up different colors as well. So let's go into LED notification, and here at the bottom, I didn't see this option before. This is called per app notification. You can switch off the LED on or off per application now. So you go into here further down, you'll see in a few seconds all the apps will come up. Say for instance, if you wanted the BBC iPlayer app, so you go to the BBC iPlayer app. Here you get this option of saying LED notification to show LED notifications for this app, so you can now switch it off. So if you are getting annoyed by an app, you don't want the notification to come on, so you can switch on and off if you wanted to, if you are not interested in getting notifications from this app in the form of an LED light. So this is also something very nice which I haven't seen before. It might be there before. From what I can see, guys, so far I didn't see it before. Okay, also I noticed the screen pinning option. I'm not too sure if it was there before, guys, but I think I've seen it just now. Maybe I've missed it before, but I'll show you that anyway. So settings, and then go into if I remember correctly, security and fingerprint. Yes, there we go. And right at the end we have screen pinning, so you can turn this on now. So once you turn the screen pinning on, obviously then you can go into the multitask pane, and from here you can obviously lock up any of the apps to pin them up, so that when you go and clear the processor or clear the RAM, at least this particular app which is locked will not go away. So this is now also available. Also, if you go into the drop down menu now, notification panel, here you can also change your toggles as well now. So you go into edit here, and from here you can move your toggles to different places, whichever arrangement suits you more. Obviously you can do that. It's all up to you the way you want to look at it. So this was pretty much it, guys, on the Android Marshmallow 6.0.1 for the OnePlus 2 running the latest OxygenOS 3.0.2. I've discussed pretty much everything I could, guys. If I have forgotten anything, please do forgive me for that. And in part 2 of the video, I will be answering all the questions that I've been asked in the past few days. And so please stay tuned, guys. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, like always, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. And please subscribe to my channel, guys, as it helps. And I shall see you in part 2 of the video.